I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. Couple minutes no score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
It's Saturday afternoon hoops here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. 2 games for you today. Tipping off at 8 o'clock is a Southwest derby as Bristol host Plymouth. But before that, it's Surrey versus Caledonia. They're at different ends of the table, but both teams have already qualified for the playoffs, so they will be hoping to improve their seeding ahead of the postseason. The Gladiators are 3-0 up in this series and looking to sweep Surrey. Manchester giant Evan Walsh is alongside Dan Routledge. Take it away, fellas.
Thank you very much, Jeanette. Yes, it's sold out here at the sports park as Caledonia are taking on the Surrey Scorchers. And I'm joined by a former Surrey player. If you need a bucket in transition, he's one of the best in the business. Here's Walsh. Penetrates, fouls, throws it off. Oh, it will count. Way short. Lee with the rebound. Walsh finishes. Well, Evan, Jeanette mentioned that Caledonia 3-0 against the Scorchers so far this season, but not easy to win on the road in the sports park.
Yeah, you know, Surrey Sports Park is a fortress here for the Scorchers, and even though Caledonia have been playing really well against them this season, you know, both of these teams are going to be looking to play their best basketball going into the playoffs.
Well, let's have a look at the starting fives for today's game, starting with the Scorchers. There was a little question mark over Abdul Mohammed, who has been injured recently, but he is there and he is in the starting lineup. No Justin Robinson, though, he's not available today. At the other end of the floor, a familiar looking 5 for Gareth Murray, and they've been excellent since Quade Green has come in, and it's really helped Clifton Moore Jr. And well, you wanted to look at the battle in the post here before we start this game, and it's going to be important for Surrey that Saquon Jameson has a big game.
Yeah, you know, the Scorchers' stronghold here, Saquon Jameson, averaging a double-double. He's going to have his work cut out for him tonight against Clifton Moore.
Well, Clifton Moore Jr. at the other end of the floor has really blossomed in that pick-and-roll game with Quade Green.
Yeah, no doubt. His versatility on the offensive end has really shone through with 16 points a game in March. And, you know, to go along with that, 10 rebounds. So it'll be a great battle inside tonight.
And he's scoring at such an efficient rate as well. Well, Lloyd Gardner has said he's happy to make the playoffs, but they're not just happy to be there. They want to be flying once they get there. Gareth Murray looking for a top 2 finish here. They go head-to-head. Tip-off is shortly upon us. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Surrey Sports Park, where young and old, they're ready for a good game here tonight. Joe Hodgson, David Griffin there, and Kevin Kinsella are referees for this one. And the two players we highlighted at the top going head-to-head for the jump ball. Not the cleanest jump ball you've ever seen, but it will be the opening possession to the Gladiators. And here is Green. He's been sensational since he joined Caledonia. Clifton Moore Jr., well, he had a size mismatch, but Gooden came and took it off him.
Took too long there. Gave the Surrey Scorchers time to get out there and, you know, really make it difficult for him to make a move.
Well, Mohammed almost banked one in from the corner. You don't see that very often. Here's Green, out to Whelan. Cross court to Pauliza. Green round the screen, fires up the three. That doesn't go, and Jamieson gets his hands on the rebound.
You've got to be happy here if you're the Scorchers, starting off really two strong defensive plays right there.
Mohammed. Steele, he'll try his luck with the corner three, and that one's a little bit short and off the front of the iron.
Two looks that Scorchers will be happy with, though. We know they like to shoot the ball here in the sports park, so it'd be good to see them continue to shoot that shot, even if it doesn't go in.
Well, it's so important if you're going to beat Surrey to keep their three-point numbers down. They've had two good looks. They haven't knocked them down yet. Mohammed along the baseline, forcing his way to the basket for the first score of the game.
Strong move there by Mohammed. He normally takes good drives against smaller guards. He can finish over them. Good move by him.
Green. Back to Moore. They just look a little out of sorts here, Caledonia. Almost late in the shot clock. Needs to get it away. Fires up. Well, doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it goes in.
He gets it to go after a good 23 seconds of defense there from the Scorchers. Couldn't finish the play, though.
Steele, nice pass, and Jamieson rolling to the basket, got tripped by Pauliza. Could be an end line ball, might even be a sideline ball because it's high up in the key. Gooden into Steele, gets it back. Oh, Jamieson from the three-point line. Jamieson stringing the three. You don't see him take too many, but he knocked it down there.
He doesn't shoot many, but when he does, he makes 29% of his threes. So look, I guess you could say it's a good look.
Well, his percentage has gone up from that now. It's in the 30s now. He's 6 of 18, 33%.
Yeah.
Take that from the five-man. Mohammed. On to Wang. Not too much seen of Wang in the first 3 minutes. Here's Jamieson with the shot clock being counted down by the home fans. It's a little fall away, that almost dropped.
Maybe you could call that a heat check, I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? You don't see too many. I mean, he's a guy, he gets his points off offensive rebounds generally, or rolls to the basket. Onwas in and out for three.
A little rusty start from both teams here. Caledonia coming off a game previously earlier on in the week, and Surrey struggling to find their feet here.
Surrey often start well here at the sports park. Here's Mohammed in the near corner, and he knocks it down.
And they're the ones you can't give up if you're the Caledonia Gladiators. A simple one dribble drive out to a three-point shooter who makes it. Got to eliminate the easy threes for the Scorchers here.
2 of 4 from behind the arc so far for Surrey. It's the 4 that's the issue as far as Caledonia will be concerned. They're giving up 1 in a minute. That's what Surrey want to do. Pauliza with a hand in his face.
And this is where Surrey can really go, especially with Paddy Wang here. Another dribble drive and another open three there for Abdul Mohammed.
Well, an early timeout here from Gareth Murray, and I'm pretty sure in this timeout he's going to be saying, how are we giving up open threes in the corner?
Yeah, for a team that's normally so disciplined on the defensive end, it's uncanny for them to be allowing dribble drives and easy kick-out threes. You know, if you're the Caledonia Gladiators, you have to lock down on the defensive end, be more physical, and not allow Surrey to get to the shots that they want to get to.
Well, Mohammed is not the best three-point shooter on the team, but he does knock down enough that you've got to get all the way out to him. And they've given him the first play of the game, one in the far corner and then two in the near corner.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't shoot a great percentage, but look, these guys are pros out here, and if you leave them open with a relatively low contest, you know, they're going to feel good. And if he's made the first one, you've got to run him off the line to make sure he doesn't even shoot that second one.
Gareth Murray clearly unhappy with his team's defensive effort. They've given up 11 points already in this contest, 8 of them to Mohammed, and that will be, I mean, he was a guy as a player, Gareth, known for his defensive prowess, and you can see in his teams that he wants to focus at that end of the floor, and they just haven't been here today.
No, when I faced the Caledonia Gladiators the last 2 games, they've been really physical, not allowing guys to get through the lane, you know, disrupting passing lanes, and it feels like they've lost their touch with their defense here early on in this game. And you can see that in that timeout, the Gareth's really trying to sell it home that they need to really step up on that defensive end.
Well, 8 points already for Abdul Mohammed. Well, he's obviously feeling good about himself. They weren't certain that he was going to start this game. And he obviously limped out of the game that you played against Surrey last week. Didn't play up in Newcastle. But he's looked pretty good here in the first 4 minutes. Green off the glass, and he can finish from all distances.
And that's something that the Gladiators are going to want to see more of. Green really just taking the ball and, you know, really applying that pressure on the offensive end.
Jameson looking to back down more and doing it very effectively, bullying his way to the basket.
You know, Saquon Jameson, he stands at 6'8" tall, but that build, he's so strong. You know, sometimes he favors more against the slighter bigs because he knows he can move them and get right to his spot.
Well, he certainly moved more there. Lobbed up to Moore at the other end, and that's that pick and roll we've been talking about.
The connection, Moore's been screaming for it all season, and Josh Steele on the fast break dunk.
Running it back quickly. Shouldn't really get beaten down the floor in off a made score, but I'm sat next to somebody who does that every game, basically.
You just got to beat the cameras down the floor, that's all I can say.
That's exactly it. It's wheeling getting to the rim.
Game's starting to come alive here now after the slow start from both teams.
Well, that timeout from Gareth Murray certainly has livened up his side. Gooden. Mohammed with the step back three this time, knocks down another one, his 3rd of the game.
He's feeling super hot right now. Abdul Mohammed, something has got to put out this fire.
He's into double figures. He's outscoring Caledonia on his own. He's got 11 of the 18 that Surrey have put on the board.
And now you see he doesn't shoot a great percentage, but each game comes different, and now you have to sort of look at it and see the percentage goes out the window, and you've got to now run him off the line if he's gone 3 for 3.
Well, role reversal there. It was Moore shooting the 3 and Green getting the offensive rebound and put back. Wang dropping it into Jameson. Back to Gooden. Jameson driving hard. He's fouled by Moore, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Well, an excellent first 7 minutes or so here for the Surrey Scorchers, particularly for Abdul Mohammed. They have the lead. Timeout is called. We're going to take a break too. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Surrey Sports Park, where the home fans have enjoyed themselves. It's not just the sugar they've enjoyed, it's the basketball as well, particularly from Abdul Mohammed, who has 11 points to his name here in the first 7 minutes of the contest. Last action before that timeout was a foul that's going to send Jamieson, who's the second top scorer on his team, to the line. First one good for Jamieson. He's a sub 60% free throw shooter.
Looks like today he's comfortable from shooting the ball outside the paint. He's already made a three and attempted a fadeaway mid-range, so today might be his day.
It might well be. Those two looked as clean as you like as well. I think the shot clock must have been a touch low late starting there. Oh, actually, I think it's related to the scoreboard, but they've sorted it now, and we're back underway. Green.
Surrey slipping into a 3-2 zone here, trying to disrupt Green.
Well, it didn't. The problem with the 3-2 is that's where the space is, just behind that top line. They do play it very high in that zone.
Yeah, and if you have a body like Clifton Moore Jr. with those long levers, you know, he can grab most of the passes that come in his direction.
Lawrence inside to Jamieson. Well, he's hitting the distance shots and missing from close range there. Green deep into the defense, and he's fouled by Wang, and Quade Green will go to the foul line for 2.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him become a bit more aggressive here going into this game. You know, I think he's really getting a sense for his role in this team and how that a lot of the buck stops with him when it comes to scoring the ball. And with the ball in his hands, only good things have happened so far for the Caledonia Gladiators.
Well, it's never easy to join a team as late in the season as he did, particularly from the point guard position, but it seemed really like pretty much from game 2. The first game he just felt it out a little bit, but from game 2 he seemed to just control everything for them.
Yeah, Quade Green's felt super comfortable really early on here, and I think that's a testament to his basketball IQ. You know, you can sort of just tell when some guys walk on the floor if they got it, and he's got it. And it doesn't really matter if you're late to a team, if you're given what sort of responsibility. I feel like he is a serious baller and is ready for any situation that's put in front of him.
Well, nobody really has been able to slow him down from an offensive perspective so far. As I say, that first game he didn't score too many points, but pretty much since he was inserted into the starting 5, it feels like he's going for at least 20 and possibly 30 every game.
Yeah, and it allows other players on this roster to sort of slip back into their natural roles. You know, Patrick Whelan was playing the 1 a little bit, you know, who is more known as a catch and shoot and aggressive driver type of guy. So yeah, his coming into the team just allowed everybody to sort of slip back into their natural role, and him to really just be that general that he was brought in to do.
Well, they're just sorting the scoreboard out here, but that's the point. We've talked a lot about the pick and roll with Green and Moore and how effective both of those two guys have been. But boy, it sure helps if you've got Whelan on one wing and Palisa on the other, and you come around that screen, you can kick to a lights-out three-point shooter on either side.
It feels as though Green is just that last missing piece of the Caledonia Gladiators we're looking for all season. And you're so right. Patrick Whelan, Palisa, these sorts of guys that can really space the floor, allows the middle of the lane to open up for Green and for Clifton Moore.
And Fraser Malcolm as well. It sometimes gets overlooked, Malcolm, but the contribution he makes at both ends of the floor can't be underestimated as Lawrence drives to the rim.
Tough take there from Lawrence. You know, maybe 5 years ago he would have made that, but you know, he's still really effective out on the court. Just keeping him out of the lane is probably something that these team are focused on.
Well, Moore wanted that. He had the youngster Okasiemi on his back, and he fancied himself in that matchup and took advantage.
That's something that Caledonia have got to go to here. You know, if the Scorchers are going to feel comfortable with playing Okasiemi out there, then they've really got to punish them for having a sort of inexperienced guy out there.
Good hands from behind to poke that away by Mohammed. Akasiemi on the trail pass was a little out in front of him from Cooper. More running the floor, but Cooper steals it back.
Frantic play here from both teams.
Wang can't drop it in. It's still a bit frantic there. Scrum on the floor. Caledonia come up with it.
Fraser Malcolm, smart play here to slow it down.
Well, another turnover. They're just giving it back to each other.
Once they slow it down, once they speed it up.
Cooper says, I'll shoot a 3.
And you can't let him do that. I mean, he's 39% from 3. And he shoots 39% from the field, so that says it all.
Well, you can't give him an inch of space. He gets that shot off so quickly. Thrown away. Wang. It's Cooper again, looking for back-to-back and finding back-to-back threes.
And this is something that the Surrey Scorchers say, a welcome sight. You know, Abdul Mohammed 3 threes, Quinn Cooper 2 threes in the first quarter already. They're away and flying.
Well, down the lane and cleaned up by Moore on the rebound. Last 30 seconds of the first quarter. Surrey with 26 on the board. As I say, more often than not here at the Sports Park, they seem to have good starts. Lawrence back to Cooper, flushed off the three-point line. Goes out to Wang on the shot clock buzzer, doesn't go, but they get it back.
Great hustle there from the young boy, Akashemi, challenging Clifton Moore for the rebound.
Lawrence with the foul. Oh, he slipped as he went for the drive there. And that will do it for the first quarter. Well, Surrey doing what they do, knocking down threes. They have the lead here at the end of one. We'll have the second quarter right after this. Welcome back to Surrey Sports Park, where the Scorchers are 6 of 9 from behind the arc. You give this guy 2 open looks, it's going to be 6 points.
Yeah, that's 5 threes that are sort of unforgivable here from the Caledonia Gladiators, and they've really got to fix that to stay in this game.
Well, I suppose the upside is they're only down 6 despite that. 10 points as Lawrence fires. Oh, Lawrence! He was looking for options, there weren't, and then he says, I'll just shoot it myself.
And that was great defense from Patrick Whelan denying the play, but unfortunately Lawrence just decided, hey, I'm going to make this anyway.
7 threes already for Surrey.
Caledonia got to find a way to stop the bleeding. Their offense seems a bit disjointed at this very moment.
Well, there's the first 3 of the game for Caledonia. Malcolm knocking it down.
Yeah, and you mentioned, Dan, you can't forget about Fraser Malcolm out there. He is a lights-out shooter too.
Steele getting past Whelan and drawing the foul. Whelan had a slightly different view of it, but, well, they needed something, as you say. There's a couple of times today where the offense has just looked a bit out of sorts, but they get a bucket at the end of it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, maybe Caledonia are feeling the heavy legs from their game previously, but they're starting to find their feet a little bit here. You know, a little bit more movement, some ball and player movement might help them find some more open shots.
I suppose from Surrey's point of view, they've shot 70% from three-point range, and they're only up 6.
I guess that's a welcome sight for the Gladiators. You know, you would like to think that at some point the three-point barrage from the Scorchers will maybe at least slow down. But yeah, you can at least say that you're still in the game here early on.
Steele gets past his man driving in, and he's fouled, so that will be 2 free throws for Josh Steele.
Yeah, and Josh, he's a right-handed driver, but he loves going left. You know, all my years I played against Josh Steele, and some people might think he's lefty because he drives left so much. But yeah, good finisher going left. He likes a spin move back. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that later on.
Well, as Steele is shooting the foul shots, his coach is giving some instructions. This is the first of a double header. We got the Southwest Derby, Bristol looking to sweep the Patriots. That's an 8 o'clock tip-off. Those 3 games were really early in the season. They haven't seen each other for a long time, but it's always tasty when those 2 teams get together. Scorchers lead this one by 8, trying to avoid a sweep themselves against Caledonia. Oh, great block from Okasiemi. Falls down to Bothwell, though. Whelan takes the mid-range and knocks it down.
Yeah, easy bucket there from Patrick Whelan, you know. Take away that 3 ball, he's got that 1 dribble pull-up in his bag.
He can also get all the way to the rim as well. He's a talented scorer.
You don't have to tell me that. I had to guard him every day in practice.
In practice, yeah.
That was my matchup. What a horrible day every day, having Patrick Whelan in front of you.
But it was pretty nice when you were pulling the same shirt on at the weekend as him, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, an absolute amazing teammate. You know, he's a team-first guy with a bunch of skill, which is kind of rare to have these days.
Well, here he is going to the rim. Evan and Patrick play together at Leicester.
33 is Luca.
You can see fancied again, just getting his body into Okasiemi.
He's capable of leading this team offensively. We saw that earlier on in the year. You know, he's really taken strides in his game. You know, he's become the complete guard. He can do it on the ball. He can do it off the ball. So for Caledonia to get back in this game with Quade Green sitting on the bench, you know, I'd love to see Patrick Whelan just take the game by the horns and just really give Scorchers a hard time.
Well, that first free throw was a little bit short, but it had enough to get over the front of the rim and in. And he makes both. Caledonia with a bit of full court pressure. Pass out in front, too far in front. Malcolm steals it away. Johnson in the corner for 3 off the mark. And David tips it down. Steele gets it back to Gooden. Jameson down low. A couple of guys looking for the help. Jameson to the hook and off the back of the iron.
Similarly, like we said earlier about how Clifton Moore was in the game when Scorchers had Okasiemi, and you know, you really got to take advantage of Saquon Jameson really going up against Oscar Baldwin here, who doesn't have that much experience.
Well, timeout call by Lloyd Gardner. They've led by as many as 9, but it's down now with 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. And Lloyd Gardner trying to do something about that. Well, the last 4 results for Surrey, just 1 win I feel bad now because Evan's sat next to me. And
Somebody
that
take
one,
that camera,
the
please.
one win was away against Manchester. That was the win that actually booked them into the playoffs. You obviously played for Surrey. It's a great achievement for them to get into the playoffs after 6 years of missing out.
For sure, you know, Lloyd Gardner's done an incredible job with this group. You know, you've got some veterans in there. You've got Teo in there. You've got Andrew Lawrence, Justin Robinson, who's not on the court there today. People who have been around the game for a long time, who have given a lot to the game and have given a lot to this team. So it's a credit for them to be back in the playoffs, and I really think they've earned it. They played some great basketball this year, and they've been really difficult to beat on their day.
Well, they are trying to stay above Bristol in 7th place, and Caledonia are trying to get to 2nd place, so there is a chance that they could meet each other in the playoffs, these teams. Caledonia have been in excellent form of late, really good offensively in recent weeks as well. 3 of their last 4. They've won 9 of their last 10 against the Surrey Scorchers as well. Levinskas into the game early on, the young man, with a bright future ahead of him. Getting some good early minutes.
No doubt, he's a Barking Abbey product, you know, staple academy here in the UK. It's one that Lloyd Gardner used to be head of, so I'm sure those Barking Abbey ties are stronger than ever.
Here's Jameson. Jameson again backing down Baldwin, getting all the way to the rim, but cannot finish.
Baldwin just did enough there to put Jameson off. You know, Jameson loves that right hook, but he was there the whole way.
Bothwell just too strong there, taking it right at Gooden.
Bothwell's unorthodox moves get people a lot. You know, he's got that left-handed finish. You know, he's strong, 6'3", finishes well against bigger guards.
Well, I'm not sure quite who that was aimed at. We went a few rows back from Gooden.
And all of a sudden, the Caledonia Gladiators are level here. You know, the three-point barrage is slowed down, and the Gladiators have found their feet.
Well, they've dropped down to 58%, regressing towards the mean. And here's Bothwell just getting to the rim. That's what Caledonia have done. They've not really found their range from three-point range, but they've got to the rim relentlessly here.
Yeah, Caledonia, they're a strong physical bunch across the board, and with a lineup with Bothwell and Kyle Johnson in there, they become very difficult to keep out the paint.
Mohammed making the most of that contact there. Levinskas in the corner for 3, and he knocks it down.
Heavily contested too. Great shot there from the young boy.
Well, that will do his confidence the world of good. Have a shot like that to go. Whelan spinning into the key, kicks it out to Kyle Johnson, who's been playing well in recent weeks.
Someone that you can rely on still. You know, he hasn't had a big role in this team all season long, but he still is capable.
Oh, back-to-back threes for young Nettis, stringing it twice in a row. And that's got the three-point. Ooh, nearly a steal there from Mohammed. Probably should have been as well.
Definitely should have been off to the races with that one.
Well, we said the first one probably, it's a decent closeout from Johnson. First one probably makes you feel good, and that's why the second one goes up, isn't it?
But you know what you love to see with that? He didn't hesitate on that first one. He saw the closeout come in, and he still shot it. And then that second one, it was too easy. It was wide open for that one. Couldn't turn it down.
A little short there from Onwas. Jameson with the rebound. Oh, that pass is out of bounds. Bothwell to Whelan. bump foul against Jameson. It's his first. "18 years of age, but looking very comfortable out there, the young fella, knocking down 2 threes.
The Sports Park's a great place for a young person to play. There's a whole bunch of energy in that building, and the fans are always really accepting, so great to see him out there making some shots early on in his career.
Well, you began your British Basketball League career with Surrey, but of course it was during the COVID season, so you didn't have any of that fan support when you were running up and down here.
Yeah, I didn't get much of that Surrey Scorchers love, but every time I go back, even though there were no fans in the building, I still get people come up to me. People that I've never really met before, that have always said that they enjoyed watching that COVID season and that they enjoyed me playing for the Scorchers. So appreciate all the love from the Scorchers fans out there.
37-34 the score here. Timeout call, we'll be right back. Well, a young man making his way in the British Basketball League. You obviously went to college and then came back before you played in the British Basketball League. We saw Cam Hildreth playing at Surrey before he went off to Wake Forest. It is good to see young players getting actual meaningful minutes in this sort of situation. This isn't the last 30 seconds of a blowout game. He's out there contributing in important time.
100% credit to Lloyd Gardner here for putting him in the game, in the fire. You know, you can only learn by really being in the fire. I really truly believe that. And shout out to Kriyan Raftopoulos. He was the one that gave me my first pro gig here for the Scorchers. And yeah, for coaches to give young British players a chance in this league, it's great to see, because I think it only is going to improve the game across the board.
Didn't you have a 30-point game at Oakland's, and that was the clincher, wasn't it, at the start of that season?
Some might say that is what happened. So we'll leave the story as that. Yeah, I think it was close to 40 actually.
Was it? I know it was okay, it was a big stat line. I remember that much.
Those
nice
days
pass.
are fun.
Foul called as Jameson takes it in.
That's something you still get from Lawrence. It doesn't matter how many years he's got on the clock. He's always going to be able to find the open guy. And great contester. I'm not sure if that's all ball or some arm, but Jameson takes up enough of the space to sort of make the referee make that call.
So Jameson, who was 2 for 2 on his first trip to the line today, not quite been as efficient from the floor. It's a friendly bounce on that one.
He's happy about it too.
I think it was one of them, when it left his hand, he didn't think it was going in.
He gets so high up on his toes on this free throw, and something that's always stuck with me is, you know, that's always a different shot. You know, when you're up on your toes, you might not be as high, or you might be lower on different occasions. So not every shot looks the same, and something that I learned when I was, you know, learning the game, and free throws became very important all of a sudden, that it has to be the same shot every single time. So maybe no one's told him that before, but maybe next time I see him, I'll give him a...
You'll give him a little...
I'll give him a little pointer.
Green fires up the three, hits the back of the rim and straight down.
So don't forget about me. I've been sitting for a while, but I'm still here.
Lawrence needs to get it across midcourt. Well, it did go across, and then it came back, so it's a backcourt violation. Well, it was going to be some sort of violation, whatever happened there for Surrey, because it's a backcourt violation. It therefore has to be in Caledonia's front court, if that makes sense. You can see Green walking into the backcourt. Of course, in the States, you can throw it into the backcourt from the sideline. You can't do that in FIBA rules. Into the key, and he's starting to heat up now, isn't he, Quad A Green?
And that's something that's completely tough, you know. Paddy at Wang, 6'4", strong, kept him in jail, you know. So that means after the ball screen, he's holding his defender on his hip, keeping him ball side, and able to finish in the mid-range.
Mohammed, he's going to step back for another three, and that one's out of bounds for a Caledonia ball. Not the easiest shot there, Mohammed. I think if he hadn't hit those early ones, he probably wouldn't have took that one.
Sure. And, you know, Patrick Whelan, he's so on the ball with the scout. You know, he knows that Abdul Mohammed isn't really a good three-point shooter, but he's made the few, and he's really got to chase him off the line, force him into a really contested shot.
A little slip there from Green. A long time to think about that for Lawrence, and he knocks it down.
The Sports Park is a little bit treacherous, I won't lie to you. That floor does get quite sticky, and it's difficult to sort of stay down on.
Lawrence called for the foul. Well, he does look like he's moving a little gingerly, Quad A Green. Mohammed sits down. Dengby checks in. Oh, Green and Moore carrying the load so far. Well, he won that one back. It was fairly easy. Green gets the offensive rebound, gets an easy score.
Maybe the easiest look of the day for Green. Welcome sight for them.
Well, he's certainly carrying the load in the last few minutes, Quad A Green. Perfect on their second chance opportunities, Caledonia. Cooper for three. Knocks down his third triple of the game.
And you love to see that if you're the Scorchers, but the contest was there. You know, at this point, you just can't even let him get the shot up.
Well, you've got to keep the ball out of his hands, haven't they? That's the problem with Cooper is if the first one goes in, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's a very, very long night if he gets comfortable, and especially in a place where he shoots every single day. So you've got to be able to run him off the line.
Nice finish from Jameson. Moore spinning back the other way. Kind of overplayed that, Jameson.
Big finish with the left hand. Took Jameson all the way to the other side of the paint and just spun off him, finished around. Tough, underrated move there.
Lawrence just going to toss it up off the glass, but not quite accurate enough. Paliza for three, and the closeout a little too far from Wang, and he's going to get called for the foul, so that will be 3 free throws for Lukasz Paliza.
Paliza and Cooper sort of slip into that same category of player. If they're getting the three-point shot off, if it goes in or doesn't, you're in trouble. You know, you have to make them put it on the floor and get inside that three-point line.
Well, you can see that's why Wang was concerned, because, as you say, knows the scout, you've got to get out there, but just a little late. Caught him on the way down, so it will be a 3 free throws. It's less than a minute to play, so 2-point game. Chance for Caledonia to take their first lead of the game coming out of this timeout. This is what is left for Caledonia. They've got Cheshire, big game, that one at home. Then they go to Sheffield, back at home against Plymouth, and then Bristol away is their final game of the regular season. They're probably going to have to win them all if they're going to catch Cheshire. Surrey, they go to Cheshire, followed by Newcastle at home, away to London, and then finally at home against Leicester. Remember, they have the head-to-head with the Bristol Flyers, who are the team behind them at the moment in the standings. It's probably a bit much for them to catch one of the teams above them, but can they keep Bristol behind? They just need to finish level because they've got that tiebreaker. Well, Police are trying to put the visitors in the lead for the first time today. They trail by as many as 9. Surrey have done exactly what they wanted to do. 11 of 17 from behind the arc. They've actually made more 3-pointers than they have 2s and free throws combined. But despite all of that, they're still behind in the game.
Yeah, if you're Gareth Murray, your focus going into that second half has got to be ramping up the defensive intensity and attention to detail on the scout. You know, some of these guys are playing exactly what it would say on that piece of paper. So, you know, they got to really eliminate some of the easier looks that Scorchers have managed to get.
Well, that was not a simple shot from the top of the key. Teo Ogundembe gets his hand to bat it away. Caledonia with the 3.9 second differential between shot and game clock can run this one down. Green. More to the turnaround. Knocks it down. Oh, and bobble of the ball there. Oh, he's turned it over almost. Well, they had some time to maybe get down court for a shot, but they lost quite a few seconds there. We've got to go. What's he waiting
Don't think
for?
Wang even saw how long was left on the clock.
Well, that will do it for the first half. Surrey did everything they wanted, and yet they're still down 3, Evan.
Surrey have imposed their will on this game, no doubt. You know, shooting the lights out in their home court, and Caledonia have really got to come out and readjust and really take Surrey out of this game.
Well, plenty for both coaches to think about as they head off to the locker room. We'll have a look back over it all right after this break. Welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League. Daniel Routledge and Evan Walsh with you. And Evan, normally you say when you play Surrey, keep them off the three-point line. They can't make enough twos to beat you, but in this one, they've been making all the threes they want, but it seems like Caledonia are making enough twos to compensate that.
Yeah, I mean, the Surrey Scorchers are shooting the ball impeccably well in their own building, but the Caledonia Gladiators are sticking around with that two-point percentage. You know, they're being relentless down there. The green and more show is in full swing right now.
Well, here's the numbers to confirm it. 11 of 17. How are they down 3 shooting 11 of 17 from three-point range? Because Caledonia are 70% from inside the arc, and they've done a good job on the offensive glass on the odd miss that they've had. Yeah,
they've managed to be really efficient in there in the paint, you know, 70%, and don't forget 100% from the free throw line really keeps their noses in front here. And yeah, being able to clean up those boards is really important.
Well, let's have a look back at the highlights from the first half in this one. And it really started off with the Scorchers doing what they do really well. A little bit at the basket, but a lot more at the three-point line. And Caledonia just a bit discombobulated early on.
Yeah, they really took the game to Caledonia early on. They maybe would have sensed a little bit of tiredness there. And, you know, the barrage of three started early. Saquon Jameson opened the account. And, yeah, here we go with the show. A couple drive penetrations. Abdul Mohammed gets his first one here in the corner. And it became very easy early on here for the Scorchers.
And you could see in that first time out that Gareth Gordy wasn't happy with the defense. There were 1 or 2 better closed out shots, but still not enough. But Surrey have to stop Caledonia getting to the rim like that.
Yeah, 100%. You see Quade Green just getting in the paint, making the right decision. If it's the lob here, or if it's a kick out to Whelan or Palizo or whoever it is, you know, as long as he's with the ball in his hands, it'll be a struggle for Surrey to stay in front. Unless they manage to keep doing this, which Caledonia have to eliminate if they want a chance at really pulling away in this game.
Well, I guess if they end up 22 of 34 from the three-point line, they should have a pretty good chance of winning the game. But Caledonia will say, well, they can't keep making all of these threes. We can close it out a little better. And Green just looked like he was starting to warm up in the latter part of that first half.
Yeah, they were really starting to get going here. And Quade Green, you know, if the ball is in his hands, I said it once before and I'll say it again, if the ball's in his hands, I think only good things will happen here for the Caledonia Gladiators.
Well, they certainly have so far. We've got some highlights for you in a moment. We'll have a look back at Sheffield against Leicester. But first, Caledonia's trip to Newcastle.
Damn touch, Green throwing it in the lane. You see another three from Caledonia. Baldwin sets the screen, Bothwell in and out, driving onto the left.
Really patient offense, great job by Michael Bothwell. That's a beautiful pass from Oscar Baldwin.
Exceptional triple as well from Fraser Malcolm. Inside though, Del Pesh coming off the bench, stopping it in the rims with 2 hands. Here is Mike Bothwell, one-on-one with McGill, but Bothwell right on time.
Tough shot.
Josh Ward-Hibbert steaming ahead again onto the left hand. Another 2 points for him. The Gladiators now, they're not scoring at quite the same rate as they were. As Del Pesh cocks one back and stuffs it with his right hand this time.
Gee, as you see a bigger guard now on Quade Green, don't matter. go right to the cup. As Ricky McGill gets in the paint and does what he does, a nice touch off the glass. Quade Green, he's gonna win that one. There's a three-pointer we talked about.
Yeah, they've not had one this game yet, the Newcastle Eagles. That's the first one. Newcastle still yet to lead in this game, but for the past 2 quarters, they've been right on the heels. Clifton Moore Jr. taking his frustration out on the rims.
Yeah, and I think he was frustrated because he was open 3 different times on that possession. And
as Johnson fires up the 3, and there it is, finally breaking the deadlock. Clifton Moore with his long reach, and now Mike Bothwell reading the defense and does well. Green uses the screen. What a move that is by Green. He lets it fly at the rim. Quade Green,
My goodness.
defender in the blender, to the right hand for two.
Ram screen there for Clifton Moore with the smaller Jordan Johnson. Quade Green said it. Jordan Johnson is going to deliver on time.
Clock winds down, Jordan Johnson from halfway, but that will be the end of the game. 84-90, the final score.
Pocket picked there by DeVeryl Ramsey. He'll take it the distance. A nice finger roll 101 to get the first bucket of the game. Teddy Allen already with one bucket, make it another using the glass. That is silky smooth. Teddy bucket bound the other end.
He just makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
Back come the Sharks. Beautiful drive there. And there you go. Malik Green starting to warm up. Teddy Allen up and looking. He'll score as soon as he crosses the line. And that might be the craziest shot we've seen all night.
Just takes off, floats towards the rim.
Oh, what a fake. What a fake by Green. Ball knocked away nicely by Myron Thomas. The big man goes behind his back and off the glass.
Wow, DIY, do it yourself.
That ball picked off in midair by Pipkins. They've got numbers 3-on-1. Leave it for the big man. And a throwdown by Malik Green. Ramsey will come over and pick his pocket for the second time. If the Sharks can tie it or even get a 1-point lead, they're going to, momentum-wise, open this thing wide up. That is a tough Larry Bird circus shot. Guarded closely by Kimmel McKenzie. Look how quick he is. Del Pesh comes in.
Nice post entry pass.
Oh my goodness! Bennett Cook!
Wow.
And the leave for Blake Bowman. Oh, Ramsey was trying to get the alley-oop to Bennett Cook. It ends up in the hands of Pipkins, and man down.
Oh, goodness,
yeah.
man. Bad decision as well from Duke Shelton. Duke Shelton with the unsportsmanlike foul. And Coach Rob Panocha says, why?
Gets it into Cook. Cook gives it back to Ramsey. Good look at a three. Gets it to go. Ramsey inbounds it. Rock can't get the shot to fall, but the Leicester Riders hang on and they get the victory. 88-85. What a game.
Welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League. Surrey trailing Caledonia by 3 at the half. Let's have a look at the fixtures for this week in the British Basketball League. Caledonia have already got 1 win on the board, having gone to Newcastle and won on Thursday night. Couple of games last night. Drama in Sheffield as Leicester won by 3. Comfortable win for Cheshire. Later on tonight at 8 p.m. we have Bristol against Plymouth. Doubleheader tomorrow. Leicester against Newcastle, followed by Cheshire against Bristol. And then Evan and his Manchester Giants. Almost 25 years to the day since Terrell Myers won the league for Sheffield in Manchester. One of the iconic, well, you're too young to remember all this, Evan. One of the iconic moments. It was the 2nd of April, 25 years ago, and the fixtures going again perfectly this year. But one guy is going along perfectly this year. Quad A Green sort of let the game come to him, didn't he? When he came back in the second quarter, he was like, the team needs me to step up and start scoring, and did exactly that. Yeah, it seemed as though he got out of that second gear in that period of play. You know, he really started to take the game to the Scorchers. And for a guy that's played 7 games in this league, he's averaging 24.9 points a game on 60% field goal percentage. So extremely efficient scoring here from Quad A Green. Well, it's one of those things is, will he play enough games? He will play enough games to get himself into the leading scorers competition conversation, and he and Teddy Buckets will be somewhere in and around, probably 1 and 2 in some order or another. Well, they're having a good day here at the Sports Park. It's always entertaining. It's a good crowd, and the Scorchers are in the playoffs for the first time in the 6 years. How far can they go? It all ends at the O2 on the 19th of May. Tickets available now. Go to the British Basketball League website to find out more and to purchase your tickets. You can scan the QR code and get yourselves there. And well, wherever they finish in the table, it's going to be a tricky old run, but teams have gone from 7th before. They have kind of gone from 8th before. Leicester were the 8th ranked team. It was in the conference days, so they were 4th in the north. But Worthing, I remember, from 7th seed, Alan Cunningham, Hall of Famer, leading that team to the 90s from 7th place to win the playoffs. So you never know. Here's Whelan from behind the arc for 3, and the perfect start for Caledonia. And this is the worry now for Surrey. They've woken Caledonia up in that first half, and can they continue to make threes the way they did, Surrey, in this second half? Yeah, and can Caledonia enforce their style of play in this second half? You know, I felt like even though they were up, it was in Surrey's favor, the way of the game, how it was flowing. So let's see if Caledonia can really impose their will here in the second half. Green working the pick and roll, skip pass, Police are open for 3. Well, that was what we were talking about earlier in the game. When you got shooters like that, there's always somebody open. And better offense there from the Gladiators. The ball went inside, it went out, it swung around the key, you know, and that's a good open look for a great shooter. Mohammed with Green on his back, trying to use his size, backing him down, drops it off to Wang, dancing the baseline, but stepped on it. And that will go back to Caledonia. And even though Mohammed had size there, you know, it's not always favorable for a big wing to go down there and try and bang against a smaller guy. You know, if it's against your pattern of play, then it's not always favorable for the team. And I feel like they got themselves into a bit of trouble there with trying to expose a mismatch. Onwas down low to Moore. Mohammed coming with the help to knock it away. 3 seconds on the shot clock, 3.1 to be precise. I'm calling a back screen lob to Clifton Moore here. Well, Moore is currently in the corner. Oh, they go out to him in the corner. Here's Green for 3. Strings it. Forget it. I'll stop trying to call plays. I'll just let Quad A Green go out there and do his thing. He's got 16. I'm just calling number 0. Give it to 0 and let him go to work.
So it doesn't matter if it's 3 seconds, 10 seconds. I'll get the shot up and I'll make it.
He just snuck round the screen, good and chasing him, but not getting there quick enough. And he's got 16 points off 7 shots. Oh, Josh Steele attacking the rim.
That left-handed drive straight down the middle of the defense, straight up there. Big flush from Josh Steele.
Whelan. On to Onwas. Moore trying to post up. There's no pass there. Onwas is in an awkward spot. Jameson comes and knocks it loose. 2 seconds on the shot clock. You said about Josh Steele going quick and hard to the hole. Well, there's a quick and hard to the hole was Quade Green, and his layup was blocked, but it was illegally blocked. The ball had hit the backboard. So that basket will count for Green. Steele. Snaking his way through the key, finds Gooden mid-range, and he knocks it down.
Good pressure put on the defense there by Steele, getting into the lane, causing some attention, especially after that dunk, you know, after that emphatic play. The defense is going to be looking at you, and he dragged the defense and found his guy.
Green has it knocked loose, but gets it back. Well, it looked like they got to stop, but Quade Green had other ideas. 20 points off just 9 shot attempts.
And why does it feel like it's been a quiet 20? It feels like he's got maybe 20 more to give for this game.
Oh, wouldn't surprise you. That's going to be a delay of game for knocking the ball away. Season high was Ricky McGill, who had 37. Quade Green threatening that once again.
I guess the question is, who's willing to play more defense this half? You know, both teams have sort of had what they wanted the rest of this game, and who can really pull together some stops and go on a run.
Foul called off the ball. I think it's on Gooden for holding on to Quade Green. They've not been able to stop him thus far, so trying to grab him is one option. 20 points, he is 8 of 9 shooting.
Talk about efficient.
Yeah, I know. Paliza off the mark, and that's out of bounds for a Surrey possession.
Quickly going back to that, you know, if you are top of the scout, one of the best players on the team, and you still manage to shoot 88% from the field, I mean, that talks volumes about your ability as a basketball player to read each game as it comes.
Well, he's certainly got the skill set to create for both himself and his teammates. Must be a joy to play with Mohammed going all the way out to the three-point line.
Big hustle there from Mohammed, getting the offensive rebound, and the Gladiators seemed to just leave him. He said, all right, thank you very much, I'll shoot it.
Well, ordinarily you'd say that wasn't too bad an idea, but he's 3 of 4 in the first half, so maybe get out there. Paliza putting it on the floor, driving in, back iron. Onwas with the rebound. Paliza will try again. Not this time either. Wang plucks it out of the air. Oh, Mohammed doing well, but he can't finish from close range. And Green trying to come away with it. Somehow it's back to Mohammed. And home fans wanting a foul. Referee's not interested. Whelan. Paliza slapped away, but the foul is called, so it will be 2 free throws.
If you're Surrey, you foul him, but you've got to be happy getting him off the line. He's struggled this game. He's 0 for 2 from 3, and he's in there, and he's doing something that he's not used to doing. So if you're the Scorchers, maybe you're kicking yourself here for fouling him, but at least you got him off the three-point line.
Well, it feels like Caledonia have been the better team in this third quarter through 5 minutes, but Surrey hanging on to them at the minute. It's only a 2-point game, maybe 4 if he makes both of these.
You can sort of tell the physicality of this game is picking up. You know, guys aren't going through the lane as easy. Rebounds are being hard fought for. A couple guys on the floor. So it's good to see. These guys both want to win this game.
Well, they've both got ambitions to either defend or move up in the standings. Playoffs only a few weeks away now. And you could say, well, there's not a massive difference between second and third, but there is something psychological about that. And obviously, if you finish second, then you guarantee yourself home advantage in both the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. That's what Caledonia have on their mind. Surrey trying to fend off Bristol behind them. Okasiemi under pressure. Was it blocked? No, it wasn't. It was a good challenge by Malcolm, but he didn't touch the ball, so that will be possession for the Gladiators.
Smart play there. He knew his feet were already out of bounds, and if he touched it, the ball would have been going to Scorchers, so great to leave it and get his team another possession.
Johnson. Back out to Green. Well, they're a step off him. Not sure why.
It's a long day for Lloyd Gardner. I'm sure he's pulling his hair out thinking about why Quade Green is even able to get that shot off.
His third three of the game. Cooper cutting back door. Almost turns it over. Somehow Surrey still have possession. Shot clock getting low. Gooden into the key. Up off the glass and laying it in.
Way to make something out of nothing there for the Scorchers. Gooden finding the gap in the middle of the paint.
Caledonia had a couple of offenses like that in the first half where nothing seemed to be working, and then they scored at the end of it. Green spinning, looking for room. Whelan pushing hard. Rebound pulled in by Mohammed. Well, you know Cooper's pulling up for three, and you know what the result is going to be. Quinn Cooper knocking down his fourth three of the game. Well, they're still right in this one, Surrey. 63-65 the score. Timeout is called. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back to Surrey Sports Park, where Quinn Cooper's just knocked down another three. Surrey keeping themselves in this game right now.
The man on fire right now, Quinn Cooper. You call him, he's answering the call.
Oh, they shot so amazingly well from the three-point line for a team to still be down by two. Here's Green. Johnson. Not an easy shot, that one. Lawrence with the rebound. Underneath is Mohammed, and he ties the scores up at 65.
Great looking transition there from Steele. You know, they pushed the ball ahead and they found the open man, and here they are, tied up with 3 minutes to go in the third.
Whelan, he's going to take the triple. That one rims in and out.
Maybe just half a step back from his range, you know. I think St. Croix Jameson realized a little bit too late that he was going to shoot it, but luckily for him, it just rimmed out.
Nice attack, and Surrey are back on top here. Well, there were moments early in this quarter where it looked like Caledonia were about to pull away, but Surrey have responded well.
Scorchers really making their presence felt here at home. You know, you can hear the crowd really behind them here. See if they can get over this line and get a great 2 minutes here to finish this quarter.
Oh, Green with a missed shot. All right, clip that one up. You don't see it very often. Malcolm fakes a three, puts it on the floor, and he's deceptively good going to the rim. You think of him in the corners knocking down threes, but he can get to the bucket too.
Yeah, he punishes the defense for their mistakes. You know, he reads them. If he's open, he's going to shoot it, and the fact that he can shoot it allows him to use that pump fake really effectively.
24 points off the bench though for Surrey. Here's a big chunk of that in Quinn Cooper, but he misses his second three of the game. Green short on that one. Cooper was trying to sell a push in the back. Referee wasn't interested, and meanwhile, I think it's a long two there from Patrick Whelan.
Unfortunate there for Pat, but you know, you can't leave him open. Great shot from him.
Mohammed way off the mark. Whelan with the rebound. Ooh. Still has it. Whelan going all the way, and he's fouled by Abdul Mohammed.
Seen that a couple of times before. Great take from him, right behind the back.
Just went past Lawrence at the midcourt, directly to the rim to draw the foul.
Patrick Whelan doing a bit of everything today. He's got 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 11 points, shooting efficiently from the floor. Even with Quade Green in this lineup, you can't sleep on Patrick Whelan. Uncanny miss there from him. Doesn't miss many of those. I'm sure he'll be kicking himself.
As you say, he's an excellent free throw shooter. He makes the second. Lawrence into the key, had his defender on his back, so took the shot himself.
That's a real general move there from Andrew Lawrence. Keeps the defense on his back and able to finish in the tough mid-range.
Johnson. Bothwell skips it round. A lot of room there for Fraser Malcolm, and we just talked about his three-point threat. He shows it.
He's keeping them over the line in this game. You know, someone that you really can't fall asleep on. These bench players are having a huge impact on this game.
Steele loses the ball. And splits there from Moore. Steele and Moore end up on the floor. There's Bothwell. He can't convert. Jameson pulls it down. And the length of the court pass. Moore seems to have hurt himself a little bit in that one. But this game is very much in the balance as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll have that right after this break. Lloyd Gardner and his assistant going through the discussions here. And, well, they are down by 4. Could have been worse from where they were early in that third quarter, down by 7, and it looked like Caledonia had the momentum. Lawrence needs some help here. Finds it from Cooper. Cooper with a 2-point field goal. You don't see that very often.
Not very often. He sounds, he's pretty comfortable in this game though, so, you know, any shot that comes his way, I'm sure he's doing good.
Well, that is only his 16th made 2-point shot of the season. He's made 73s. Here's Ogundengbe. Oh my goodness, Teo! Beautiful!
The clock, Mr. Teo Ogundengbe. Why are you looking like me out there, Teo? I didn't teach you that.
Wow, that was definitely out the Evan Walsh playbook there. Bothwell from the elbow, beautiful.
Teo was one of my very first vets. I was playing in the same team as him in my first year, and a guy that's got a wealth of experience and overall a great guy, great someone to have on the team, leading by example.
Well, he was a vet when you were playing. Zania's upgraded him to super vet now. Here's Cooper in the corner. That's a bit more like we're used to seeing from Quinn Cooper out on the 3-point line, knocking it down.
I think DJ Khaled said it best. Another one?
Another one. He's done really well for them today, Cooper. 5 made threes. He's been the big chunk of that bench scoring. Here's Teo. This is his favorite spot on the floor, but he doesn't knock it down. Oh, that corner 3-ball has been good to Teo Ogundengbe here at the Sports Park over his career. It's almost his signature shot, but here's Quade Green just reminding you who he is. 25 now for him.
Keeping the balance in Caledonia's favor here. You know, the game was getting a little bit up and down. Time to take a breath.
Cooper again. Not this time. Radar slightly off on that one, but he was 5 of his first 7 threes. 17 points for Cooper off the bench. Malcolm. Lawrence takes the foul. First foul of the 4th quarter. Be a sideline ball to Caledonia. Baldwin onto Green. Back to Whelan for 3. Oh, it's the perfectly executed play, wasn't it?
Great timing on that, and you'd be happy with the shot there from Pat. Just routed in and out.
Cooper again. Unsportsmanlike foul called off the ball. I think it's on Jameson, because it looks like Baldwin has taken one to the midriff.
I know that one hurt. You know, I don't really have too much of a problem with moving too many people in the league, but Saquon Jameson, he is someone that you don't want to face down there in the paint. He is way stronger than he looks, and I know that this one hurt
just
for Baldwin.
Look, right under the basket, you can see Jameson is boxing out. Oh, he's thrown an elbow, hasn't he? He's thrown an elbow at Baldwin right in front of the referee. He had the inside position. Baldwin was trying to move him, and Jameson swung an elbow at him. Baldwin is back onto his feet. A little thumbs up, but he is going to come out of the game. Replaced by Clifton Moore Jr. Well, let's have another look back at Evan Walsh. Oh no, it's Teo Ogundengbe in the open floor there. Look at that.
Teo, when did you learn to do this, my guy? I've never seen you act like this. Missing the 3 from the corner and doing this. Nice shoes, though. Maybe it's the shoes. I think it's that extra flair. You know that them Puma shoes got you feeling a little bit different.
Gareth Murray not happy on the sidelines. Well, there's plenty of discussion going out on the court, but I think they are going to get the free throws in the end. Moore has checked into the game for Baldwin, and because Baldwin is injured and left the game, the substitute has to shoot the free throws, so Moore will take them. Here's another look, right in the middle of your screen. It's just a swing of the arm there.
Referee looking right at it. He's not going to get away with that one.
Moore makes his second free throw.
Here we go, business end of the game here. Again, the question begs, who is going to step up on the defensive end and get multiple stops?
Well, Baldwin getting some treatment on the bench as well. Here's Johnson with the step back. Malcolm on the glass. Did he step on the line? No, it was a foul from Gooden.
Yeah, and if you're Johnson there, he takes a contested two, but he had Clifton Moore right under the rim with Cam Gooden on him. And if you're the Gladiators and you want to win this game, you've got to get the easiest shots possible, and missing looks like that is a no-no.
Just the 3 points for Carl Johnson today. Talked earlier about how well he's been playing in recent games offensively. Tough night today. Green shaking and baking and getting into the key and dropping in another two. 27 now for Quade Green.
How many moves is the defender meant to stay in front of there? I mean, he was just having a little twinkle toe moment, but tough shot making again from Quade Green.
Whelan coming with the help, knocking the ball loose, diving on the floor as well. Seems to have hurt his hand in that as well.
I hope that's not the hand that was strapped up a couple of weeks ago. You see Pat hustling for his team, trying to get an extra possession, and he might have landed a little funny on there, but you know, you can see he's clearly committed to doing whatever it takes to win this game.
Well, this is the one. How do you stay in front of this? One way, the other way. Find some room. Mohammed in the corner. Short on the three. Rebound pulled down by Malcolm.
Good close out there from the Gladiators, making sure that no clean looks again let off anymore.
He's just excellent in the mid-range, isn't he, Green? That's probably the one shot that a lot of players don't guard because not many people make that shot anymore.
Yeah, it's a very difficult shot to hit, and it's the change of pace that is really getting the defenders there. The way he's coming up and coming down and crossing the ball over makes it very difficult for the defense to stay in front and contest the shot.
Well, he's not the biggest, and that's always a way to overcome it. If you watched London in Europe this week, going up against TJ Shorts, one of the best mid-range shooters in Europe. Again, small guard, gets into space, 10, 12 feet, and virtually automatic. I mean, Denby with the help defense knocks that away.
Teo's been giving good minutes here for the Scorchers down in the clutch. You know, he's a guy that Lloyd can rely on to make the right play and be a heady player on both ends of the floor.
Green heaves it up on the shot clock buzzer, but actually just after the shot clock buzzer. So it's a 24-second violation. That shot doesn't count, so it won't affect his 80% field goal shooting. Gooden brings it forward for Surrey, trailing by a couple of scores here as we approach the midpoint of the final quarter. Mohammed strong through the contact, punches the air. Abdul Mohammed with a chance at a three-point play.
Great move there from Mohammed. You know, he saw Malcolm in front of him and he thought, this guy can't hold me. Decided to take it right down the middle of the lane and finish strong with the left hand.
Well, a technical foul has been called as well there. I think it's Clifton Moore Jr., was it? It looked, I thought the referee signaled 6, but it might well have been 21 as Cooper converts the free throw for the technical foul. So we'll go back to the free throw for the and one. Well, Green will cross mid-court. In the corner, Malcolm for three, misses everything. It was Malcolm who was whistled for the technical foul. He's trying to make up for it on that shot, but unable to do so. Gooden down the lane. Bothwell waited for him and then rejected the shot. Well, timeout is called, and this one still very much in the balance here at the sports bar. Which way is it going? Find out after this break. Well, less than 5 minutes to go here. Gareth Murray and his Caledonia squad trying to sweep the Surrey Scorchers, but the scores are level. Ndegbe inside. Too strong on that one. Green with the rebound. Back up to Green. Cross to Whelan, driving into traffic. Oh, what a rebound. He's landed hard there, Mohammed, but he's got the ball for his team. Steal back to Cooper. Mohammed's picked himself back up. Gooden, he's going to fire the three, and he's going to knock down the three. Cameron Gooden's first triple of the game, and it gives Surrey the lead.
Big three here from Cameron Gooden, who's stepping in place of the great Justin Robinson, who's out for injury. Normally in this closing lineup for the Scorchers, coming up big. 15th three-pointer of the game for Surrey. We saw Cheshire hit 17 last night down in Plymouth. Oh, it's stolen away as it Mohammed gets his hands on it, and that will be a hell ball, but will stay in the possession of Caledonia. They only have 3.2 seconds to work with, though. I think if you're Lloyd Gardner, you're super happy with the decision that Abdul Mohammed was playing today. You know, he was a game-time decision at the beginning of the game, and he's come in and he's been ultra locked in the whole game, giving great energy on the offensive and the defensive end.
Well, timeout called by Caledonia, and Mohammed is obviously super bouncy as well because he's gone over his teammate there. And you could see when he hit the ground, the first thing he did was reach for the ball. And that possession turned into points at the other end. And this one really coming down to the wire. Gareth Murray at times his team looked like they were going to get away, particularly in that third quarter, but they're right in this ball game here, right in a tussle.
Yeah, Caledonia have threatened to pull away from this game multiple times, but Surrey have done the correct things to stay in this game. They've hit big shots, they've come up with big defensive plays, and yeah, they look like they're the ones that are really going to put their neck out on the line to win this game.
Well, if it comes down to three-point shooting, it's definitely going to be Surrey's favour, because they've hit so many in this game, as they often do when they win games, but can they see it over the line? The one thing that we've seen over the years at the sports park is there always seems to be a dramatic twist at the end. They have so many close games, they either make a shot at the end or they miss a shot at the game at the end. You definitely get value when you buy a ticket at the sports park.
No doubt. The sports park fans create this frantic energy, maybe we could say, something that the players definitely feed off of, and gives them an opportunity in the game to either win or lose, maybe at that final buzzer.
Well, they're making their noise now, trying to get behind their team. They need a stop here to protect this three-point advantage. It's into more long arms off the glass. Beautiful finish under pressure.
Great move to finish around the defense. He knew that Abdul wasn't quite long enough to get there and just finish right around him.
Gooden, steal, comes and then goes back. Gooden in the corner, Cooper flushed off the three-point line, misses the two. Mohammed trying to get the rebound, and that came off him last, so will be Caledonia's possession.
See, getting Quinn Cooper off the line really helped the Caledonia Gladiators there. I mean, Mohammed is absolutely a man possessed right now, but for Caledonia to come up with that defensive stop was huge.
Bothwell playing Green off the ball at the minute. Here he is now looking to attack and just leaving that a little short. Ball is loose, pulled in by Malcolm. Green in the corner, looking to work on Mohammed, creates a little bit of space. Wow, 31 points for Quad A Green.
To go to a post move, fadeaway jump shot in the clutch of a game against a 6'7" defender. How much confidence have you got, kid?
Yeah, I know, that was the thing. When he backed him down, he was like, I'm going to take him. And you're thinking, isn't this a mismatch the other way? But no. Look at the space that he creates for that shot.
You can tell he's just ultra comfortable in that mid-range position. He knows exactly where he's about to get to, and he knows how he's going to get to his shot every single time.
Well, Scorchers now going to call for time, trailing 85-86. And this is one of those games where they put so much in it. Can they get it done? First of a double-header here today on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. We have Bristol Flyers against the Plymouth City Patriots in the Southwest Derby. That game tips off at 8 o'clock. Join Evan and I for that. And then tomorrow we've got a double-header for you as well. Leicester Riders taking on the Newcastle Eagles. That one starts at 3, and then Bristol in action on Sunday night at 6 p.m. And then on Easter Monday, Evan in action against the Sheffield Sharks, a 6 p.m. tip-off for him and the Manchester Giants up at the National Basketball Performance Centre.
That is not a joke, by the way. It is. We really do have a game on April 1st.
Indeed. The Sharks as well, beaten at home. They don't lose too many games at home. Their record at home is much better than their record away. So you guys will feel like you've got a good shot in that one to end this losing streak you're on.
You know, the one thing I can always look forward to in the British Basketball League is competition. You know, the guys are really strong all the way through the board this year. So playing against high-level competition week in, week out is always great for my personal development. So I'm excited for it.
Well, Mohammed able to run the baseline because it was a made score, and he gets it in. Trying to get it back to him.
Here we go. Who's going to be able to execute here in these last 2 minutes?
Cooper. Well, as you say, this is where you'd normally have Justin Robinson making the play. It's Gooden trying to find some room. He gets his shot away and he hits it. What a tough shot from Cam Gooden.
Cam Gooden is answering the call right now for the Surrey Scorchers.
Just over 2 to play here. Surrey back on top. Here's Green. They're throwing bodies at him. He's still trying to find room for his own shot. Halfway down, batted out, comes back to Green. Good work by Malcolm. Here he is now underneath, trying to get the points. Great play from Fraser Malcolm, both to keep the ball alive and then to put his team in front.
His spatial awareness there, he knew that the baseline was there, that acting as that extra defender. He took it all the way down, found his spot, created some space, and finished with the reverse.
So Caledonia back ahead. Steele. Room out for Mohammed. His three is off the mark. And Bothwell with the rebound. 90 seconds to play. He needs to be quick here. Oh, that's an 8-second violation, I think. Whoa, I'm not sure he got over the line. Referee didn't call it.
Let's see if Caledonia can capitalize right here.
Green shovels it down to Moore, who finishes from close range and is fouled from behind by Mohammed.
What a play by Green. First of all, to split the screen, you know, he found that gap right in the middle of the floor and then gave him the eyes. Quick flip to Clifton Moore, who on the buzzer finishes with the and one.
Well, Clifton Moore with a chance to make it a 2-possession game here. And what was very close to an 8-second violation could be 3 points for Caledonia. And is. Oh no, it's waved off. He's step over the line. Well, you don't see that very often. Timeout is called by Lloyd Gardner, but that free throw waved off. Clifton Moore, adjudged to have stepped over the line before the ball's gone through the basket. So watch his feet on this one. Do his feet break the line before, it's got to touch the floor before the ball goes in. Oh, I'm not sure they did. I'm not sure about that one either. Let's have
Interesting
another
call
look.
there by the referee. Is he calling it because his foot is on the line?
Maybe it's
in the
touching
air?
the line. Well, it's definitely through before it goes forward. So if his foot is toeing the line, it's hard to tell from that. If his foot is touching the line, then it's waved off for that.
He sort of gets off the floor a little bit, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He lifts up the floor, and maybe his toe just creeps forward right at that pivotal moment. We'll see if that 1 point is going to come back to haunt the Gladiators.
Let's see if we can see from the hoop thing. His foot looks behind the line. Oh, yeah, it does. He's on the line there, I think. I think
That
that's
is
a
a
sharp-eyed spot there from
That
me.
is a tough call. Extremely sharp-eyed.
Well, it's all happening here. We saw one violation potentially missed and one certainly not.
Even Stevens, I guess.
Yeah, to get it over the halfway line, because the shot clock has tenths of seconds, you have to see 15 in order for it to be an 8-second violation. So that's why it was so close. Here's Gooden. On to Lawrence. Of course, that cancelled free throw means it's still only a 1-possession game here. Foul is going to be called on Bothwell. They still have fouls to give here, Caledonia, so that's not free throws.
Good use of the foul there. Way to be aggressive. Nothing easy here for the Scorchers.
Lawrence needs some help here. He's in an awkward spot. Gets it to Jameson, who loses his defender and converts.
Great use of his body there to negate the shot blocking ability of Clifton Moore to finish around the defense.
Well, it's a 1-point game. Surrey need a stop here. Caledonia trying to ice it. Quad A Green to Whelan, top of the key. Patrick Whelan, he's a clutch shooter, and he's made a big one there with 25 seconds to go. And another timeout is going to be called here. So the interesting question for Coach Lloyd Gardner here, he's called a timeout with 25.2 seconds to go, is does he advance the ball? Because if he advances the ball, he can't run it all the way down. It's obviously a 3-point game, so you wouldn't necessarily want to run it all the way down. But if you if you go too soon, then it gives them the possession back.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to call here. The timing really doesn't favour them really at all. But being down 3, I mean, there's a lot of time left. Do you go for a quick 2 and then start playing this free throw game, or are we going to go for the 3-point straight away and try and extend this game potentially in an overtime situation?
Well, let's have another look at that potential 8-second violation. Look at the shot clock. If you see 15 on the shot clock, it's an 8-second violation. There's 16, 15. Ooh, it's
he
very
skipped
tight.
over the line, didn't he?
He
hopped
skip
over
quickly. He's got to have got his foot into the front court, but as soon as he's got his foot into the front court, he's established himself in the front court. That one was super tight. Let's see, let's look at it one more time. 16. Oh, I'm not sure. I think he might have just been a fraction short there, but very close. They were both very, very close. Two very difficult decisions for the officials, but they might possibly have got them both right. Well, they're on their feet here. Surrey need a 3. They're down by that margin. Steele. Cooper running the baseline. Steele out to Jameson. Lawrence, shot clock getting low. Needs to go up. Cooper in the corner. Misses the 3, balls up in the air. Jameson has it knocked loose. Lawrence can't come down with it. Caledonia have it. And the foul comes. And Caledonia are probably going to escape with the victory here. Well, there's some argument going on. I think a technical foul's been called.
On Mohammed, I think he was upset with the referee that there was no foul called here. Maybe on Jameson's attempt at the layup after an offensive rebound. But look, if you're the Scorchers, you've got an open shot here for Cooper after a little bit of kerfuffle, I guess you could say, in terms of not getting a clean look early, but they got their man in the corner, missed it.
Well, in some ways, the technical doesn't really matter because 3 seconds to go, they only needed 1 of 2 free throws to go in. And Whelan does make the technical free throw, but Bothwell would have had 2 goes to make it a 2-shot game and put it away. And Surrey have pushed Caledonia all the way, but just going to fall 1 shot short.
Yeah, this is going to sting for the Scorchers. You know, you probably felt like you played a near perfect game. You took the 3rd best team in this league to all the way to the end, and you just come up a little bit short. Those ones hurt, but then when you sort of reflect on those games, you sort of see that your team are fully in mode, ready for the business end of the season, and you've got to take the positives from this performance moving forward if you're the Scorchers.
Well, it's not impossible that this could be a first-round matchup in the playoffs as well. If Caledonia can pass Cheshire, and if Surrey can hold off Bristol, it could be a 2-7 matchup. But it's Caledonia who have won, not an easy one at all, but they have seen it through by 89 points to 95. And, well, I think I know where you're going with this, Evan, but your chance to call player of the game here.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a Quad A Green show in the second half. He decided to show up and show out for his Caledonia Gladiators. He put his team on his back, scoring 31 points. You know, those mid-range shots were looking effortless, and he had a couple defenders on skates out there. The guy clearly knows the game really well, and is fitting right in with this Gladiators team.
Well, 31 points from 18 shots, and he only shot 2 free throws. That shows how efficient he was in that game, and, well, frustration for the Surrey Scorchers, but they were beaten by a really excellent performance. And he's got the moves as well, little dance at the end of it.
He's clearly feeling really confident these days. You know, he's had, I think that's back-to-back 30-point games this weekend for him. So I'm sure he feels great, and the Caledonians are starting to really catch their rhythm.
Well, let's have a look at the numbers from this ball game here. And 15 of 30 from behind the arc, Surrey Scorchers. That's what they need to do to win, but just not quite enough. And Caledonia doing a pretty good job on the glass. They had 10 offensive rebounds, but more importantly, those 10 offensive rebounds, 18 second chance points. That's a lot.
It's a tough way to give up those points, you know, giving up the second chance points. But it came down to the fact of who was willing to play more defense. You know, both teams' offenses were rolling, and Caledonia came up with the big plays at the end of the game with a big-time player, Quad A Green.
Let's have a look at the schedule for the week. Double win week for Caledonia. They were on the road in Newcastle on Thursday, and they won there. On Friday night, Cheshire went down to Plymouth and claimed the victory. Leicester on the road, winning in Surrey. So far it's been a good weekend in Sheffield even. So far it's been a good week for the away teams because Caledonia have made it perfect 4 from 4 thus far. Can Plymouth follow suit, or will Bristol get one on the board for the home teams? Find out at 8 p.m. for that one. Doubleheader tomorrow, Leicester against Newcastle and Cheshire against Bristol. And then on Easter Monday, Manchester Giants taking on the Sheffield Sharks at 6 p.m. Well, no movement in the standings in terms of placing, but they've got a little bit closer to the Cheshire Phoenix. They're going to need a bit of help if they're going to catch them, the Caledonia Gladiators. Surrey, well, they're looking over their shoulder. Bristol could overtake them if they win tonight. And these are the margins at this time of year. The wins seem to feel like a little bit more important, and the losses certainly do too.
Yeah, surely. You know, the guys are really putting in a big effort to finish as high up the table as possible. And for teams like Bristol and Surrey, every win matters.
Well, Evan and I will be back shortly for that Bristol game. But for now, goodbye.